What's up, guys? We got two things to talk about today. One of them is the M3, what I'm sitting in right now. And the second thing is the fact that we added an extra 1,000 subscribers to the channel. We just hit 3,000 subscribers this past week, so that's pretty cool. So we're gonna celebrate that, and I'm gonna kind of give you an overview of the M3 to get all the new people excited and emotionally invested in the M3. So when I do some work this weekend and put some videos out about it, you guys will kind of know where we're at and what it is and what we're doing and why we're doing it. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. I know a lot of you guys are here for the STI, but the M3 is a really cool car as well. So I hope you can learn to love it and enjoy it. So let's take a look. Let's get an idea of what this thing is. Let's do it. Alright guys, so behind me is my 1995 BMW M3. If you're used to seeing videos on this channel, you're probably used to seeing the 2016 STI front and center. This is my other car. This is kind of my project car, my track car, my do whatever I want to car. First off, why a mid-90s 20-year-old M3? These cars are actually really good bases for track use. You can get 325s, 328s, or the M3s, and basically just get a pretty good car out of the box. Parts are not crazy expensive, but they do perform pretty well in their stock form. I actually had a Miata before this car, and the Miata was great, but I'm too big for it. Me sitting on the floor with the roll bar, no seat, and a helmet on, I'm still too tall for it, so I had to sell it. I sold it. This is what I picked up. So let's take a look at it so you guys kind of know what it is, that when we work on it, you're not like, what the hell, Chuck? So like I said, 1995 BMW M3. It is Daytona Violet. So you're right, it is purple. If that's how it's coming off on camera, it's totally purple. I bought this car with 165,000 miles on it. It currently has roughly 170,000, so not that many more than when I first bought it. It does kind of just serve the purpose as my extra car at the moment. My STI is my daily driver, so this thing is a work in progress. You know, I bought this car after searching for probably like 2 months or so. I sold my Miata and was just trying to find something else that I could replace it with that would still let me get to the track and accomplish the goals I want to accomplish with it. I looked for 2 months to find a decent example. The price range, if you're interested in finding an M3 of this generation, is anywhere from like 5 to 10K. Obviously, you know, the price reflects the general condition that it's in when you buy it. So this one I actually paid 5K for. I think that was actually a pretty reasonable deal considering the car has zero rust. It's a California car. It was basically lived its whole life in California and eventually got pulled to North Carolina when the previous owner moved there. The car has had probably 10 different owners in its life. I think I'm like the 11th, which is crazy, but the last like 5 or so have kind of had this thing as like their track toy. So we'll get to that later, but this basically thing, it came with some mods that I was interested in and basically came with no rust. Rust sucks. My Miata had rust. It's not something that you want to deal with. So what does the car have done to it now? As you can see, it's sitting pretty low. You know, the back wheels, I think, tires are like actually tucking. The car is sitting on ground control coilovers, and it has Koni yellow shocks, like Koni race shocks. They, you know, fairly adjustable. They have the knob on top, and it's wound down pretty low. It doesn't rub or anything right now because the fenders have been rolled pretty heavily. I don't know if you can see up in here, but they've been rolled really heavily and are basically, you know, this wheel can disappear up into there and have no issues. So besides that, suspension wise, the suspension has been all the bushings have been replaced to be poly bushings. So polyurethane bushings are just like generally stiffer, hold their shape a little bit better than rubber do. Exterior wise though, basically stock. There's no aftermarket bumpers or lip kits or anything weird. This is, you know, exactly how the mid-90s BMWs came. The only difference is the headlights are actually like kind of the smoked ellipsoid style, not the standard ones that come on it. The side marker lights too are kind of like a smoked color. You can see this thing does have imperfections. It is a track car, so it's got track rash everywhere, paint coming off here and there, but no rust. So performance wise, this is the S50 motor. Came in the 95 cars. I think 96 and on came with the S52s, but basically it's a, you know, inline six. It's like the hopped up M50 basically. I think it's like 240 horsepower, 220 torque or something like that. Only mods, it's got the 3.5 inch European airflow meter, MAF sensor, whatever you want to call it. Basically this is like really restricted from stock. It's like a smaller tube, so you get a bigger tube here. Just kind of hot air intake at the moment. And then it also has ECUs in here. It's got a chip from Turner Motorsports that allows for the extra airflow from that, as well as the extra airflow from the Active AutoWorks exhaust here. You can see it's kind of roached out a little bit, but it does have an Active AutoWorks catback. Performance wise, that's it. It's stock as far as engine goes, except for the airflow meter, catback, and then the chip to account for both. Another unique suspension component, it's got K-Mac camber plates, so you can adjust, I don't know if you can see this, but you can adjust the camber. The whole shock moves around inside here to get it exactly where you want it. It's got a bunch of measuring things on it. It's pretty cool, like super customizable. Okay, so the interior of the car, you can see we put in the Corbeau Forza Sport FIA approved seats. We've got the Schroth racing harnesses on both sides. They're actually 6-point harnesses, so 2 through the back, 2 through the sides, 2 through the center. These are all anchored to the floor or cage in the most safe manner. I got a custom set of seat brackets made from a guy online. I can give you guys the link to this if you want. But basically they are fixed, so this seat does not slide back and forth and the seat does not tilt this way. It's the best way to get the seat as low to the floor as possible and provide the most headroom. You can see behind the seats there is a rear cage section. So it's got basically a harness bar, support bars going back, struts that go back and connect. The interior back here, as you can see, is not completely here. I had to take some of it out to make this cage work. Probably going to put this rear seat back in if I can modify a little bit to fit, but basically for the sake of having the cage I had to ditch a little bit of the interior. See, the carpet and everything is still here. If you look above, headliner's gone. Headliner and sunroof are gone. Another height saving matter. So basically if you look here, there's bars welding it in place and they kind of caulk it into position with some sort of sealant. Basically this lets the cage get as close as you can get it to the actual structure of the car, and it rips out the sunroof cartridge and everything else. See, this actually gives you like another inch or so of headroom. The seats, the cage, this all done by us here on this channel. If you're interested, go check out those videos. Most of the exterior stuff, suspension and everything, were not done by us, previous owners. European 3-spoke wheel with an airbag. Airbag works. Otherwise interior is pretty stock. Alpine head unit, but the speakers are not hooked up because race car. This car does have air conditioning and it does have power steering. That's not been ripped out yet. But yeah, overall, that's basically the car. I'm gonna jump back in the seat real quick and we can talk about what we plan to do and what still needs to be worked on. All right, so I figured we'd talk in here because there's kind of some wind out there and I don't want the wind on the mic to be causing problems. So this car has had a lot of stuff done to it. It's mostly ready. There's some final things we need to do to kind of get it just to be track approved. The shift linkage, let me show you real quick. The shift linkage, like this is in first gear. The shift linkage is like ridiculously horrible, so we got to fix that. That's actually what I plan to work on this weekend. I want to fix the shift linkage. To get to the shift linkage, you have to actually drop the exhaust. The exhaust hangers themselves need to be replaced, so that's going to happen kind of all in one go. The shift shaft seal, which is basically when you pull this gear selector out and move it around. It has a rod that goes in the transmission that actually like select the gear that you're trying to put it in. There's a seal that holds that. That's leaking. All of that can be accomplished at the same time. It's all in the same general area. I'm removing the exhaust anyway, so we'll do that all at once. Hopefully this weekend, all of that done. Second thing is the cooling system. The cooling system needs to be redone. I actually have a Mishimoto completely aluminum radiator that's going to be going in, along with some new components like a new thermostat and new water pump, a couple new hoses. Just to like these cars, their biggest downside is their cooling system. I'm just going to go ahead and replace that, make sure that's good. And the aluminum radiator should basically last a lifetime. Mishimoto makes really good stuff, so should not have to replace that anytime in the near future. Past that, this car, I'm not going to just go mod crazy. I want to get it on the track and see what it needs before we go too in depth. But it does have a really good starting point. It's got, eventually I have a second set of I have some iBox sway bars, the stock sway bars on it right now. I want to put a set of iBox sway bars on it. I already have them. They came from the previous owner. Might as well put those on. So eventually we'll probably get to like subframe reinforcement, and I think the oil pan gasket might need to be replaced. Just kind of like stuff to make it even more track ready. My initial goal with this car is to be basically track reliable, maybe not the fastest thing at the track, and maybe not the highest horsepower or whatever, but it'll be reliable. It'll drive me to the track. I don't have a trailer, so it'll drive me to the track, get me around the track for the track day, and let it drive home. I want to keep it semi-streetable because after all, I don't have a truck and trailer, so I got to drive this wherever I'm going to go. I'm not against trying out a drift event in it. I think that would be fun. But yeah, let me know if you guys have ideas for the car, or if there's something that like I'm forgetting that should be done on E36 chassis for track days. But that's kind of where we're going initially. The next couple videos hopefully will be finishing up those little details, because I really want to get this thing on the track this year, not next year. I hate getting to the winter time and realizing I've wasted the entire summer. So I want to get this stuff done. All right, bro, so second part of the video, we got to celebrate. What are we celebrating? 3,000 subscribers. It's pretty big for this channel. We just hit 2,000 like a month or so ago. Now we're up to 3,000. It's awesome. All the new people, I hope you're excited about M3 stuff. All the old people, thanks for hanging around and putting up with my weird antics. But if you're an OG of the channel, you will remember what we do when we celebrate on this channel. What do? We make a Taco Bell run. So we're taking the M3, we're gonna go to Taco Bell, and we're gonna slay some Taco Bell, maybe a sweet tea, and then just enjoy the afternoon. Probably gonna get the car up on jack stands when we get home and get to work. So Taco Bell run, let's do it. Racing harness problems. Don't leave your wallet in your pocket. Oh God. Guy working at Taco Bell driving a Legacy GT. He was talking to me about it a little bit. Told him about the channel. I hope you check it out, man. Okay, so the Taco Bell has been slayed. Was delicious. Thanks for making me fat and getting the subscribers to climb. I want to say thank you to all of the subscribers, new or old. The support truly does mean a lot. It keeps me motivated to keep making videos. And it's just exciting to see people on the internet that share the same passion and same interests, and just, have somebody to talk to. So I really hope that you guys can jump on board and appreciate the M3. I know there's been a lot of Subaru content lately. And fear not, Subaru content will return. I got a lip on order for the STI, so that'll be coming in soon. But I'm gonna interject some BMW videos here and there. It's a cool project. I know there's some people here that are here for the BMW, so thanks for sticking around. And yeah, I think that's all I got today. Thanks for making me fat and getting me to enjoy Taco Bell. Oh, for that one guy out there who subscribed only because Taco Bell runs, if you're still out there, this is for you.